Hey, 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 fabulous people. Hey, it is me. Yes, y'all know I got a new, a little brief. I had a me moment. So I did me and I invested some time in me and did a little something different to my hair. But anyway, hey, y'all, it is me and this is 40s Plus Mom Movement. Thank you for you all who still come. You're going to hear noise in the background. It is Sunday. My baby is here and it's quiet for the moment. It's quiet for a hot moment. It's probably not going to stay as quiet, but it is quiet. And I just want to come on and say happy Sunday to you guys and see how you guys are doing. I hope you got a chance, excuse me, to watch my video. My first one saying, Guess who's back? That was me. Just trying to let you all know that I have not disappeared and I'm back and I've talked about a bunch of random things. It wasn't a lot. I'm not going to be on here long, but I wanted to come. I know I said I want an opportunity for you all to hear. You hear the noise in the background? I wanted you all to get a chance to see how big my baby is now. Come here, Lily. Come here, baby. Yeah, so remember when she was a little teeny thing, used to sit on my leg? Well, this little thing is now a big thing, and she's grown up. I finished. Okay. What do you want to say? You want to say hello? Hello. Take your fingers down. Say hi. Hi. Ask them how are they doing today. They can't hear you. Stop talking like that. What do you get ready to do, Lily? They can't hear you. Talk like a big girl. She, yeah, this is her. Look at her smiling. What do you get ready to do? What do you get ready to do? What's that over there? The car. What are you about to do with it? Get on there and do what? Okay, but see how big she is, guys. And tell them bye bye. Bye. She does not want to be up here with me, but she's busy. You'll probably see her walking in the background. Well, that's fine. She she has her little cart, so this is what she's pushing around right now. Excuse me, but I just want to ask you all a question. My daughter's at that age now where I swear she is trying not to make it to 4. You ever know? As a parent, I'm trying to tell you, I have had. Well, I will say this: I was a teacher for over 20 years, 25 years, little over 25 years. And I had people was like, you got the patience. You got so much patience. You are very patient with your kids. Now, I want to tell you, I was a teacher that taught a class of 3-year-olds. That was my favorite age group. I've taught pre-K 3-year-olds all the way to 6th grade. But one of my favorite classes was always preschool, because they were 3 and 4-year-olds going on 5. And so that's when, hold on for 1 second. I had to stop it for a minute because I had to tell her something. But anyway, as I was saying, is that I had a class of 3-year-olds, and I didn't just normally have a little nice, quiet class of 3-year-olds. No, I mean I had about 33-year-olds. It was me and another teacher. And even before I taught at that school, I always had 3-year-olds, and I've never had like just a class of 20. I've always had 20 plus, and so I was still able. My kids, they would walk down the hallway in a great line. I mean, they listened to me. They didn't buck. They didn't, I say buck, I mean challenge them. I mean, they challenged me, but they saw that they was going to lose that battle. So they didn't, battle too much because they knew that Miss Louise did not play. That was my name. Miss Louise did not play. And so I had that as a teacher. I had that type of reverence because, it's a difference between fear and fear. You don't want somebody to be so afraid of you that they flinch and jump every time you come. The fear is the respect, that they respect who you are, they respect your rules, they respect what you are asking of them to do. That's the difference between fear and fear. When somebody's so afraid of you, you don't want anyone to be afraid of you. You want them to respect you. That's the type of reverence and fear that I had with my students, where there was a respect. They respected me as a teacher. They respected me and what I asked them to do. And so, you know, Now, let's flip it all over to me being a parent. Now, one thing is for sure, and two things are for certain. Being a parent is different than being a teacher. Because, see, when I was a teacher, after I was there for those 8 hours, I could get in my car and go home and go to me. That is not what's going on. Now that I'm a parent, when I decide when to do something, she's with me 24/7. She's here. It's no escaping. I could escape my classroom and come home, but I couldn't escape. I can't escape her because that's my daughter. And I don't want to escape her. Honestly, I don't. Because I'm so grateful that I'm blessed to be a parent. And I will always continue to say that. I know that we get overwhelmed as parents and that we feel that a lot of times. Okay, back up, go back and play. And know that we feel that a lot of times that we are overwhelmed, we get frustrated. But the one thing that I've told myself is two things I told myself. My first thing, and I want you all to tell yourself, is that don't take your frustrations out on your child. And I know that it can happen accidentally because we do it. Sometimes when we feel like we have so much on our shoulders and we can take that out on our children. And our children are just being children. They're innocent. They don't mean to drive us up a wall, but that's what they're doing. They are forever learning. My sister, oh no, before I say what my sister told me, because I will lose focus and then I'll be all over somewhere else and I'll forget what I was trying to say. But that was the first thing, is that do not allow your frustrations and how you feel and what we are going through in life, because it's not just being a parent that the frustration is coming. It's also just life, dealing with the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Sometimes it could be something financial. Sometimes it could be something emotional. Sometimes it could be something, just anything. You could be going through some things in our bodies. Sometimes it can just be you just needing a break and not getting it, and you have had enough. You've had enough. And so you and I get to that breaking point where it's like now your kid is making all this noise and they bust out crying. Come on, y'all. You know how it is when your kid is whining or they cry and you're just like, that is enough. No, let me pause it because she's doing something. Hold on. I'm back again. And so like I was saying, and sometimes it's that last thing that our kid does that gets us to the point where we've had enough, and then we decide that, you know what, I've had it. And everything that we have had bottled up, from maybe something happened to the car, maybe the dog is sick, or maybe you're going through something in your relationship, maybe the dinner burned, maybe you have a lack of sleep. It's so many different reasons that can cause us to want to lash out just because our child is whining or crying, and they get everything, every bit of frustration that we feel as a parent or as a mother or a father. Because I don't know, it might be men watching this. It might be, there are single men too who are single parents. So I know it's called 40s plus mom movement, but there are also men who are more than welcome to watch it. So if you're a single parent, whether you're male or female or whoever you may be, wherever this video finds you, do not allow everything that's on your shoulders to be put upon your child, because that's how kids end up getting hurt. And that's why my second thing I was going to say is two things I believe as a parent is that I don't want to take my frustrations out on my daughter. And also, my daughter is not a punching bag. Now, I will say with my whole heart, I believe in discipline. I believe in disciplining my child. I don't believe in sparing the rod. You know, I don't believe in that because it says in the scriptures, I told you I'm born again, sparing the rod spoils the child. I don't believe that, because I believe chastisement sometimes, or discipline, or any type of discipline, whatever your discipline may be, sometimes I believe a child does need to get their butt spanked. But I don't mean you spank them where you take everything from a stick to a cord to a wrench to a belt to a wooden spoon to a paddle to something that you can, because you want them to feel it. Then you're crossing the line of abuse. Because the reality is that your kid is not supposed to have any type of marks on them after you finish disciplining them. It is. I have not since this day, and I know my daughter is 3. My daughter is. Let me tell you something about her. My daughter pushes every button I have. She can challenge it because you got to remember something. Our kids are little us. They're us. When we were that young, our parents dealt with us, and we were able to make it to the age where we're at now. We're able to make it to the age of I'm in my 40s. So I'm in my 40s because my parents did discipline. Oh, trust me, guys, I got it. We tell you, I got it. But to me, my parents never crossed that line. I didn't have whelps on me. I didn't have to go to school and my teachers were concerned about marks on my body, period. Because my parents, they did. I was a handful. My mother would tell you. My mother would tell you I wasn't always like this. Of course we weren't, because I remember when I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Hold on one more time. Okay, I'm back again. But as I was saying, is that okay? Move back, baby. But what I was saying was that just going away, just getting her a cup of milk, kind of throws my thought off. But I just want y'all to remember that. I was talking about there. I wasn't that kid that I went to school with whelps on my back, or it didn't raise red flags or concerns, because yes, I did get disciplined. My parents did not spare the rod. My parents made sure I needed to be punished. But punish doesn't always have to be a physical thing. It doesn't always have to be something where you're hitting your child, because then you allow your child to become a punching bag. And to me, that is not the direction I want my kid to be in. I want my kid to be to the point where when I say it the first time, that they follow direction. But I've learned that takes me to learn different ways to handle my daughter, because everybody's kid is different. Sometimes things that I may say may not work for your kid, because that's not what it is. Excuse me one more time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I've like paused this 5 times, but I had to stop because she's playing on the floor. But sometimes she might get a little loud. But I said all that to say that I don't want to be that parent who gets my child so afraid of me, or gets to the point where sometimes you know how you can do something so much how it's not effective anymore. And that's the reality, is that sometimes you can use popping and spanking, and it's like you have to go a degree harder, because when you first pop them on their butt with your hand, you pop them so much that now when you pop them, they don't even cry. So then this is when you start to incorporate other things. Like you may decide to go start using a belt. And then after they get used to the belt and they don't cry, like they like, oh, you don't want to cry? Because the one thing is, why is it? And I want you all to think about this and ask yourself this question. Why is it important for us to hear them cry, to let us believe that, oh, they get what we're saying? Now you're crying, you understand. I have to hear that cry, because it makes me know that I got my point across. Why is that important to us? You ever thought about that? Like, I want y'all to really sit down and think about that. Why do we have to hear our kid crying? And this is the thing that I think about. After they cry, some parents don't stop. You done already heard them cry from the first whack of the belt. Why isn't that enough? Hey, pineapple. Hey, baby. Okay, move back, baby. You've already heard them cry from the first smack of the hand, the second smack of the hand. We've already heard them cry. But yet, that's not enough. Now that they're crying, now we got to get them to cry louder. And they cry louder because we continue. We continue. And this is my point. We cross a line between, we said we're not going to spare the rod. Now, and I believe that we have crossed over a little bit into abuse. This is when our kids are now punching bags, or where we are using them to really, really get our point across. And now we've taken all the frustration that we have felt. Excuse me one more time. Okay, I'm back again. That was should be the last time pausing, but yeah. So I want you to really think about that. I have learned that there are levels sometimes, and I don't think that as parents, I will never ever say that we are planning to abuse our kids. I would never ever say that we set out to intentionally to hurt our kids, to abuse them, but can enter so subtly into abuse and cross the line when we are upgrading our methods of punishment when it comes to physical. Think about that. We start with our hand, we pop hands, we pop butts, we might do legs, and then sometimes we might get a belt. If that's not enough, some of us might go get a ruler. This is real talk. If that's not enough, we might have the big spoon in the kitchen. Now, I've never done that. But I'm just saying from things I've known, things I've seen, then we might upgrade to, okay, so the belt don't work, so let me go get this old cord, this cord, a cord. Okay, that's not working. Okay, let me go get this paddle. Let me get the shoe. So it's like we're incorporating all these different methods of punishment. Because if we don't get that cry, oh, you're not crying no more from the hand, well, I know what can make you cry. Oh, you're not crying no more with the belt, oh, I know what can make you cry. Oh, you're not crying, let me go get a stick, not even a switch. The switch are the little skinny ones. Okay, you're not crying with that, okay, now I know how to make you cry. I'm going to get one of them big old thick sticks off a tree. That is not, and I'm going to be honest with you, that is not appropriate. My kid is not going to be a measurement of punishing tools used to spank them. This is when you have to sit back and I have to sit back and say, wait a minute, there has got to be a better way. I'm never telling you not to ever withhold or not to spank your child because it is not my place. But I want us to really think about that question that I did ask in the beginning. Why is it that whenever our child is getting disciplined, when we hear the first cry, because when you're crying, that means something hurts. If you're being popped and that first pop pop, if they bust out crying, why do we gotta give them 5 more? Or that first I said stop pop. Or how do you know if they didn't cry because you did pop them that they didn't get it? Why is it important to hear that cry? Because the reality is that if we hear our kid crying and we're not disciplining them, we the first one jump up like, oh my God, what's wrong? We go into a protective mode. We go into this protective mode and this protective place where we are ready to jump up and fight and run to aid our child because we know they're crying, which signals that they're hurt. But if you flip it over, when we are disciplining them and they're crying, we're out of protective mode. We're in disciplining mode. And some punishing mode, and some can be in abusive mode, and we don't even know which mode that is. So this is why, as a parent, I tread on disciplining my child when it comes to hitting her, because you never know. Your kid could have done something so minor. My kid could have done something so minor, and instead of my hand being open, I'm so frustrated and so angry that when I go to hit her, I actually ball my fist up. Not saying me, I'm just saying this is how things can happen. I have never ever done that to my daughter. And sometimes when I think that she has done something that's enough, I will look at her and I will tell her to move away from me. Because we have to know how to diffuse and bring ourselves down and know that when we're punishing them or when we are disciplining them or when we are spanking them, we're not spanking them and everything else that we feel is attached to it. Because if we're doing it that way, I said this is a lot of reasons why kids end up getting in the hospital and you regret it and you look at your child with whelps or marks and you're like, oh my God, I did that. You got to remember, crying is a signal that something is hurt. If you hit your toe hard enough and tears come out your eye, it is a signal to your brain that you are in pain. So I want us to think about this as a parent. When we are disciplining our kids and they are crying, we have to know when enough is enough. And that is to be on the safe side so that we don't cross this line where our kids don't view us as mommy. They view or daddy or the people that love and protect them. They view us as monsters. It is that easy. It is that quick. It is that simple. And I'm just saying that because this is why I made up my mind. Cause we get frustrated, especially if you are a single mom or if you are a stay-at-home mom and you are there all day long with the kid and you don't have a break nor an outlet or you don't have a chance to release and you are a single parent or a stay-at-home mom or you've had a hard day, you are a working parent, and then you got to pick up the kids and they're whining, you don't feel like cooking, and you just want to slap everybody. I'm trying to tell you all, this is why reclaiming and redefining yourself and who you are is important. Because it is so easy to cross a line that does not need to be crossed because we love our kids and it's things that we would never ever foresee ourselves doing that we can end up doing. And it is really that scary because you never know. You can't, or I would say, not that you never know, we don't totally know what we're capable of. We know the capability to do anything is there, but until you are upset and your emotions have entered in and all the feelings come rushing up and you just raise your hand up, you have no idea what's about to come with what's raised up on your hand. If you think about it, our hands are big, our kids are small. You've had enough, and your kid, your child, children, because some people have more than one. I have one and she's like 10. So you go to raise your hand up and all of everything you have dealt with for that entire day is attached with it. And all she did was ask for seconds. And you told her no to wait. And she's still asking or he's still asking. And that hand comes up. Everything that you're feeling for that day is coming with that hand. And your child, get your cup right here, Lily. And your child is now paying the price for your frustration of a day. I just want y'all to remember something. Okay, wait a second. You see this right here? This is precious. I finished. I know, baby. We are finished. And nothing can replace them. They love us. Come on, me have kisses. They are our biggest supporters. Yeah. They are our unconditional. They are like God's best in the flesh. Yeah. God gave this baby to me. I prayed. I didn't even know when she was coming, but I've always wanted to be a mom. And the one thing I can say about my baby is that it doesn't matter. I know that there are things that I deal with in life, things that I've experienced, things that I go through, but I cannot see a day with her not being with me. And I get frustrated. I'm going to tell y'all. And I just do. Every parent does. We all have our points and we get frustrated. And so I just want to say that there are things, this is why reclaiming yourself, redefining yourself, finding the individual you after becoming a parent, you have to resurrect that. It is so important for your health, for your wealth. I'm not talking about wealth, money. I'm talking about health is wealth. For your health, for your mind, your body, everything, every single thing that you bottle up, it has to come out. And sometimes it may come out just as something as simple as disciplining our kids. So I just want to tell you all, because we're fabulous, guys. We're always going to be fabulous. It is, but it's the truth. It is the truth when it comes to discipline. And I know as much as my child was walking through here making noise, and I paused the video a couple of times, but just as simple as a video and me being like, I'm trying to finish. This is my life. I can't always pause situations. She's going to make noise. She's going to do things. She's 3. And I love her, and there is no me without her. I enjoy her. I love her. She is everything to me. And God gave her to me. And I'm going to protect her. Even sometimes that means protecting her from me. Protect your babies from you. And when I say that, I'm talking about those moments. Every moment is not a poppable moment. Sometimes decompress. This is what you do. Take a deep breath when your child walk out the room, go cut your song on for a minute and listen to it. Do something that'll relax you for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then come back and address the situation different. I promise you, you was going to do it different than you were going to do it the first time. It was going to be handled different the second time instead of you just lashing out. Instead of me just lashing out. We're parents. We are protectors. We are providers. We are unconditional lovers. We have a lot to deal with. This is why it's important to take care of you too. Not just everything else that we have on our shoulders. Take care of you. Do something for you. Do it. I don't care what it is. Do something to help you. Get you to the individual you were before you became mommy, before you became daddy, before you became a parent. Remember what you used to do that relaxed you and do it. If you need to go sit in the bathtub, do it. If you need to go sip your glass of wine, do it. Find a way. If you need to go for a walk, if the whole house is going crazy, if outside relaxes you, do it. Do it. I'm trying to tell you, you have no idea what you can change. You control your environment. Even when it's chaotic, you control how you deal with it. But it has to start with you. It has to start with you and me. Okay? Now, and I know, look, I was talking so much because that is so a passionate thing that I am really about. It has a lot of passion when it comes to me discipline because it's a touchy subject because I would never tell somebody to abuse their kid. I just want us to be aware of how simple it can become. Too much. But I just want to end with that. I want y'all to really, really think about that. Why is it so important for us to hear the cry? Think about that. But I love y'all. I thank you all who subscribe to my channel. I thank you for my new subscribers. I thank you for the moms who listen to me. Or if you're not a mom and may become a mom, I'm not the greatest parent. I'm still learning. My baby's just 3, almost 3.5. I don't have it all together. But the one thing that I am is learning. I'm growing. And I'm trying to make sure I will never be perfect. But I will be fabulous. And so are you. And so let's just stay fabulous. Let's continue to just strive to be who we are. Be your best you. Your child loves you. Even on the days when the world seems like it's about to end, your child has your back. I guarantee you more than anybody else. You know it. I know it's true. Do you know okay, I'm coming. After you discipline them babies, they crawl right up in your arms and hug you and give you a kiss. Let somebody hit me. You already know. There is no crawling up in nobody's arms. So, anyway, I love you all and I thank you all for listening. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. I have other great videos coming. This is me. I don't know. I might do a video outside one day. I might be in my comfortable place. I don't know. But anyway, have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your family. I hope you all cook something good. I wish I could smell it through the screen. I may even try to add and attach some different ways that we can just release, just release how we feel, or I may just do a different video that just talks about different ways to just release and de-stress And I'll probably do a different video. I probably won't do it, attach it. I'm just going to probably do another video where we can have some techniques just for parents, but you all stay blessed. I mean, be fabulous and have a great Sunday. And we will chat again later. And don't forget to subscribe to 40s Plus Mom Movement because we moms are fabulous. Have an awesome, awesome Sunday.